I feel? Ah,
Yeah. I know we started this, but give me a second because I do need a tissue. I need a tissue.
yeah, let me get myself. I feel like I don't know if I'm getting sick or I don't know if it's like dry air, but my nose feels like it's been like congested this whole entire time. Okay. Is my messing the thing? I don't think so. Okay, if I kind of sit like this.
Yeah, I've been fighting like a sickness off since leaving Kimball's. Like it's been trying to get me, but I've been doing real good, like keeping it at bay. You know what I mean? Like honey a day keeps the doctors away. And like my teas and stuff. So it's like it. I don't. It's not like I can feel it lurking. Like it's waiting for me to like let my guard down 2 seconds.
Yeah,
You know
that's how I
what I
feel right
mean?
now. That's
You
how
know
that's
what
how
I
I've
mean?
been feeling, and that's why I'm like I'm not. Mm-mm.
I'm not. No, you ain't finna catch me slipping. I got the jacket on, even though it's warm. I'm doing my honey. I'm doing my tea. Listen, I'm not playing that. You're not finna catch me. But it's like
No,
persistent, bro. Since I left Boston, it's just in the shadows. Like, ooh, I'm about to get you, bitch. No, you're not. No, you're not.
that's how I fucking feel. That's why I'm like, no. I had two teas today. I had a beanie on,
And bro,
my
type shit.
scarf.
Type shit. And then I'm even here like, oh my god, like, are you guys already getting like allergy season? Is that what's happening? Taylor's like, no, and I was like, okay. That's not
No,
good.
it's all that flu season, that
I'm back.
RSV, that fucking bird flu, COVID
Bro,
nonsense
don't
lurking
start with me
around.
with this fucking bird flu, okay? Because I'm paranoid to eat everything. I'm over here like I'm making my eggs like, are they 165 degrees yet? Like I'm scared, bro. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared, bro. I'm fucking scared. I'm over here doing my walks and I'm in my head talking to the birds like, I'm wishing you and yours health and prosperity, babe, because I know the flu getting yours, Buki. I'm so sorry. Like I'm sitting there
No,
stressed,
no
bro.
way.
I didn't get any chicken this time around when we got meat. I got no chicken. None. Except I did get eggs. I did get eggs, but I make sure they're not cracked and I try to cook them to 165 degrees, how whatever the fuck. But I didn't get no fucking chicken. I did get beef. I'm scared, bro. I got beef and I got mad seafood. Like fish and stuff like that, shrimp. Because I was like, I can't y'all ain't gonna catch me, man. I'm trying to
No,
stay
I can't say the same. I got my eggs, I got my chicken. I didn't even make
healthy.
sure it was organic or anything. I just got my chicken.
Mm-mm.
I s-
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Nana was like, you could just clean it longer, if it makes you feel better. It don't make
No,
me
ain't
feel
no,
better.
yeah, no, no matter how much vinegar you putting in that, you might as well just fucking bleach the chicken at this
You
point
might
then.
you might as well just not get it. You might as well just get it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I fucking refuse. I'm so scared. And then mind you, it's not like anything is safe anymore with this man rolling back all the precautionary fucking organizations that we had in place to make sure people were getting good quality healthy food. Um so I'm just here like I need to buy like the fucking those little thermometer things because I'm telling you I'm gonna be checking
Checking
the temperature of
everything.
all my fucking food. I'm gonna be putting it in the salad. Like, what temperature is salad
Nah.
supposed to be?
I feel like now it's really kind of that's what I was thinking about. I was like, am I gonna have to really start going to like the farmer's market? Like, no more grocery shopping, anything. At least that way, like, I know it's local, I know where it's coming from, and I know there's some sort of like thorough background check that's
Yeah,
happening because there's no more FDA. Oh, well, there is, but no more scientific anything. There's no more
bro,
like
facts.
background checking. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Every
They
day I
giving you
wake up,
whatever.
excuse me, every day I wake up, something new with this man. Every
Literally.
day. I'm like, you don't tire? Pendejo? You don't tire? You don't
This
ever be.
viejito got energy of a 15-year-old. This motherfucker's on
No!
go.
The wicked never sleeps, bro. The evil don't sleep. You're not fucking tired. Aren't you like 110 years old or something? Like, well, go to sleep, bro.
Just about near to it,
Go
honestly.
to sleep. Like, your tan is tired. You're tired. Go to fucking sleep, bro. Every day doing something new. Always fucking moving. Like, sit down, bro. Sit down. Every day I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, what's
Let me
new?
not
What
say
do I
that.
gotta be prepared for? What do I gotta prepare for? Because nah,
Type shit, type shit,
that's really what it
bro.
is.
TikTok used to be my drug. I used to be on that bitch. I don't even want to be on TikTok no more. Every day they got new shit telling me new shit that's happening. I don't want to. I don't want to know. You know what I've been doing? I've been doing
Huh?
this. Reading fantasy. They drove me to the fantasy realm. I'm not a fantasy reader.
You're
I'm a
not.
fucking self help reader. I'm like one of the fantasy bitch. I don't even. A broken blade. I'm in the world of elves and fucking fae and who knows what else, bro. I'm
That's
there,
your
bro.
escapism. You
I
said I
facts,
can't
bro.
even use technology. I gotta
I
get
have
a
no
book.
peace in technology anymore. I'm reading to escape. What the fuck? I'm on Substacks all morning, dog, just reading article after article after article because I can't touch TikTok. I'm afraid. And like even when I do go on it, like sometimes the algorithm be trying to play me. I'll be on it. I'm like, oh, it's good. It's kind of light today. It's kind of cute, and I'm enjoying myself. And then boom, one video starts it off, and next thing you know, I'm 50 videos in. Taylor's coming in, and I look depressed. And I'm like, they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I watched too many TikTok.
I just doom scrolled my ass down into the Doomsville over here. Is exactly
Facts,
what
like,
you did there.
and mind you, it's not like it's just TikTok either because I don't know at what when I did this, but apparently one day I had subscribed to like the New York Times like newsletters. So it's
Mhm.
not even just TikTok. Every time I go on my emails, it's new, something new about this man every fucking day. Today it was something about how he says he wants to take over Gaza and turn it
Oh yeah.
into something. I'm like,
Yep. I heard about that this morning. There was an old man who came to my yoga class and he was like, he goes, this is exactly what I need after a day at work or after watching the news at night. And I was like, you know what, sir? The only thing I do is listen to my motherfucking podcast in the morning. That way I have the whole day to run through like, that exhausting energy that I just consumed.
facts.
And I keep going. Nighttime, no news for me. I'm
No
sorry.
news, bro. Choose peace.
Uh-uh.
No news. Nighttime, by nighttime I'm exhausted anyways. So like I'm usually just and if it's not that, then I'm watching New Girl. That's my shit right now. That's my bread and butter right now. Because hell no. News at night? Are you crazy? So I can have nightmares? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyways.
Kimball's timing for calling is like literally perfect.
Huh?
Kimball's timing, because Kimball texted me random as fuck and called me at like 9:40. I was dead asleep. And I wake up at like 5 in the morning and I'm like, hi, I'm awake now. Like, you can call me whenever you're free. And she
Yeah.
just was calling me now. And I'm like, timing is superb. So I
That's
have to call her
crazy.
back after.
Because I
Yeah,
texted her yesterday and she still hasn't answered me.
she'll
I
probably
texted
be soon, soon enough.
I texted her to like talk about everything that had happened when I was there and try to find some middle ground and trying to be mindful of the fact that having community means making space for people's humanness. You know what I mean? So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't just like expect someone to know what's going on within me. So I tried to open the dialogue and she hasn't answered me. And I texted her pretty early yesterday.
So what
So
I wonder why she's texting me. What am I being dragged into now? That's my
type
question.
shit.
It can be the having. Last time it was Shay Shay to help Shay Shay find apartments.
Mm,
And so now I'm gonna see where I'm at.
yeah. That's crazy work actually. But if she doesn't answer then I know where we stand. Like at least I'll know that I had been an adult about it and I had opened up the dialogue. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, like you've
But
done your part, and it's kind of like,
exactly.
the
Exactly.
ball's in her court. So
Type shit.
yeah.
Type shit. But that's funny because I actually need to call grandma back. I was supposed to call grandma before this call. That was the call I was supposed to return. Instead, I
Yeah.
did the TikToks that I wanted to do today to get them out of the way. I still have to call her back.
I thought like, yeah, after this I'll call her back because I was like, after this I'm planning on going to the gym, teaching the classes, and that's my day. And that's
Type
it.
shit. Type shit. Bro, speaking of, what's your updates?
Let me see. My updates this week. Last week felt like, I don't know, like a snap of a finger. Like, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
nothing eventful really happened. Like, my mom, Tito, and Naya came to visit me at work, which was like super cute. Like, they kind of just like popped up when I was at the cookie shop. They sat
Yeah.
down, they were having some cookies and a coffee. And then my mom got me this cute little book because there's the Hummingbird bookstore.
Uh-huh.
How cute. It's like a sloth's guide to
To
mindfulness.
mindfulness.
And
That
look
is
at the little
so
chunkamunka
cute.
little sloth. It was just mad cute. It's a cute little book. So she
Yeah.
came back with that. And then I guess it was Visit Deja at work week because Johnny came on Monday to visit me at work too.
Period.
Fucking sitting there having his little hot chocolate, and then we went and we got food afterwards.
That's cute.
Um, but aside from that, I don't know. It's just been like I don't know, moving forward. Like I feel like my theme
Mm.
of like last week and this week and last week, it just felt like things are being presented to me in a way that it feels like once you kind of step into your alignment,
Mm.
like it's just there. Like things start to show up, things are presented, and it's kind of like you choose like, do I want to do this or do I not want to do this?
Yeah.
Um, so that's how this week felt. Pretty chill.
Yeah. I feel that. I don't think I had. I don't think I have anything too crazy to present. I really just been meditating, grounding, trying to find like stillness and silence so that I can hear when it's time for me to take action and what that action needs to be. Like I want to be very open in my channels to myself,
Okay.
to my heart, and to higher power. Especially because like it's so easy when things are really turbulent in the world to like act out of fear, and when you're acting out of fear, you can't listen to your heart.
Hmm.
It closes off your heart. And so like I think a lot of my days are me bringing myself back to the present as much as possible and grounding myself. So I don't really have anything to report back either, except for, DoorDash reminded me of why I will always choose the bear over the man. Every single time. Men literally make me feel so unsafe, bro. Literally, we had an experience yesterday where so Taylor and I, me and my partner, we DoorDash together, which is great. It makes it for a better experience than doing it alone. It makes it a lot less overwhelming, and it just makes us feel safer. But yesterday, I had like the most weird, like it was just a weird ass encounter with this man. Like we pulled into this one resort, and he like comes around the bend, and mind you, we're like in a garage, so that's already kind of like a garage has its own little sus feeling, you know what I mean? You go into
Hmm.
a garage and you're like, this feels unsafe. So he comes around the bend of the garage, so already we both were like, oh shit, he scared me. Like, where'd he come from? And it was my turn to bring the food up. And I do not like bringing it to resorts because they always feel so sketchy. It's kind of like, you know how they talk about ports as being places for thieves because there's so much movement and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
resorts also feel like places for sketchy ass characters because there's so much movement and there's so much newness and there's so many strangers. I don't know, something about the energy just feels like sketchy.
Hmm.
And especially because these are like resorts that are like fucking 14 fucking stories up. The elevator is always in a weird ass place. It just be weird sometimes. And so whatever, my turn to deliver. I go inside. The man is in there. I think he works in the resort, and he's in one of the rooms. And as soon as I go in, he looks up, and we make eye contact, and I clock it. I'm like, "Oh, you're the man from out there." Whatever. I'm walking. I'm looking for the elevators. Of course, it's all the way in the back of the fucking building in a weird ass fucking space. And I like open a door. I'm kind of looking to make sure it's like the right place. And I hear, "Are you looking for the elevators?" It's the same man behind me. I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, it's right in there." And I'm realizing that I'm gonna go into the space and he's gonna come in behind me. And we're gonna be in the I no. Immediately my whole body is like, no. Like, no. Like, no. So I look at the elevators. I start to turn around, and he's like, "What floor are you going to?" Elevators, yeah. You trying to find out what floor I'm going? I said, "Hell no." I'm so sorry. I watched too many shows, too many documentaries. I heard too many stories. TikTok that got me hip. I said, "Not today, Satan." My thing is like, I'd rather you think I'm a crazy ass bitch than me not be able to walk away from an interaction. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather overdo it to protect myself than find myself in a situation that is like life or death. You type shit. So he probably thought I was cuckoo bananas. He probably, unless best case scenario, right? This man is actually works there. Actually was trying to be helpful. Actually, he wasn't a creep or a weirdo in any way, right? Let's say that scenario. Then he thought I was a crazy ass bitch. Okay, but I don't care. I don't care. The fact that I was able to walk away from that interaction will mean the most to me every single time. So like, he's like, "What floor are you going to?" Whatever. I leave the place. I'm like, I close the door. I'm thinking in my head, like, what is my reason for leaving in case he gets behind me again? And so I go up to this woman who's at like the front of the door, and I was like, "Hi, I'm with DoorDash. Like, I'm going to this unit. Do I have to bring it up to them, or can I leave it with you and they'll come down?" She's like, "No, yeah, you should bring it up." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." I knew the answer to that already, but I needed a reason to come back out of here. And I went back in, and he wasn't like in the space anymore. But bro, I choose the bear, bro. I choose the bear. Men, like their fucking whole presence makes me feel so unsafe, dog. Like I just no. So
No.
no.
That felt sketchy. Like you see three, that's like three times. Three times.
No, like why would I see you out there? Why would you look at me and then why would you be behind me talking about what floor you're going to? None of your fucking business. None of your business. None of your business.
No.
Also, like even if let's say again, best case scenario, he is a man that just works there, whatever. I need men to like have more situational awareness. Like what if you don't know me. All you know is that I'm entering this resort. Let's say I'm staying at a place or I'm trying to meet someone or whatever. You think I want to tell you what room I'm going to, what floor I'm gonna be on? You man, stranger?
No.
Like, hello? Like, use your brain. Don't make me feel unsafe, bro. What the fuck? But yeah. That and the other thing that has kind of been a thing in this past week, my stomach, bro. My tummy, my little tummy aches, bro. Girl, I really do think I have IBS. I'm not gonna hold you. No, I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna identify with it. But I do recognize symptoms of
Okay.
IBS arising. You know what I mean? So like, I've been trying to identify what foods trigger my stomach. Yesterday I was having a great day. I didn't have no dairy in the morning. You know what I mean? I was seeing if the sazon that I had was making my tummy hurt. So like, I didn't have sazon the day before, whatever. My tummy was feeling really good. Bro, I had lunch in which I did put sazon, so it might actually be that. I had lunch, I made pasta with the meat in it, you know what I mean? And Brussels sprouts. When I tell you after I ate that, I was bloated, like full. Like if I was 3 months pregnant, like from tummy being great to being painfully bloated, couldn't stand, couldn't sit, like uncomfortable. I was like, bro, this cannot be my real life. So I go and I search, I was like, what are foods that like you should stay away from if your stomach is really sensitive?
Everything.
Everything, bro, everything. Bro, there was like beans. I said, I'm Puerto Rican. What the fuck do you mean beans? What do you mean beans? They said Brussels sprouts, which is what I
Yeah.
had.
I was gonna say Brussels sprouts, every time I eat them, I literally feel like shit. I don't eat Brussels sprouts no more for that reason. They
I'm
are
not gonna
literally
eat them anymore, bro. I'm
they're
not.
yeah. And then pasta is gluten. So gluten kind of does that too, they say. So
Bro, I'm gonna pull up the list right now of everything this thing said. It basically just said everything that you're eating. Go
I
ahead
was
and
like, I
stop
think like
eating.
red sauce too. I think I
Red
feel like I've
sauce,
heard yeah.
bro. Literally, it really just said everything. In fact, go ahead and fast. Go ahead and fast for the rest of your life. That's what it really said to me. I feel like I can't even find the list. I know I screenshotted it, but I don't know where it
Because
is.
I feel like what I've started doing recently is like I've cut out rice and I've just been doing like a Japanese sweet potato or a sweet potato as like carbs.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to eat. There's this girl on, she was featured on a podcast, but I think she has her own and it's like Zoe's Science something. And she talks
Mhm.
about how you're supposed to eat in a certain order. Like you eat
Mhm.
your greens first or like broccoli
That's what
first,
I
the
do.
fiber, and then you eat the meat and then you eat the carbs and then you'll have your fat.
I eat my greens first, and then I'll mix everything else together.
Yeah, see, so you're not supposed to like mix it. If you can't like, cause I just have like I'll have the sweet potatoes, the carne, the broccoli, and then like avocado, and I literally will eat it in that order. And I'm like, I'd be fine. I don't notice no like issue in my stomach. I don't feel bloated, no energy crashes like they be saying.
No, I don't want to eat my avocado alone. I like my avocado with the thing.
I know, but I put a little bit of salt on it, and like she's still good with a little bit of salt, and you're like good to go.
This is ghetto.
But I think you can also probably buy there. I remember when I was transitioning into eating like from a vegan to whole foods, there was a woman who told me that there's like it's not a supplement, it's a pill that you would take before you consume food so that it gets your stomach ready for, I don't want to call it like the harsh food, but food that tends
Hmm.
to cause you to feel discomfortable. That way
Hmm.
your body's kind of like, all right, like I know it's coming, I'm ready for it, and you don't feel as in pain
Yeah,
after
I was
consuming it.
thinking. I was thinking of getting like fennel seeds because I know that in
I do,
Indian
yeah.
culture, like they'll take a fistful of fennel after they eat. Also, the tea that you got me, which I'm obsessed with, it's actually about to be gone like today, has fennel in it. And so I'll drink that if my stomach's not feeling good and it'll feel better afterwards. So I'm thinking
Mm.
maybe if I just fist some fennel after I eat, maybe that'll help. But I'm gonna have to change the way I eat, and I hate that. I really do. I can't even lie. And honestly, you know how the adults are always like, talking to kids like it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna. Yeah, I wish I listened. I wish I listened because it
Yeah.
definitely did. Like eating hot Cheetos off the wake up was crazy. It was crazy. Like never had to do that. The fact that I could have since young been training myself to like non-dairy like ice cream and non-dairy desserts. You know, since young, since I knew that dairy didn't work. No, I didn't do that. I just kept eating the dairy shit. You know, like and it caught up. And it caught up. And now my stomach's not taking my shit anymore. And I hate that. Yo, so yeah, that's been it. Like it be shit like that that will be the excitement of life. Yes, other than that, the days aren't super like crazy, which I think is a good thing too. Like when you're living a peaceful life, it's just peace and there's not much to
Yeah.
report back. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been enjoying it. Like the most I've been fucking taking inventory of is the one night I sit up late from that comedy show. I can see that it's taking me 2 weeks to still adjust to getting sleep. Like my recovery on my little watch thing, non-existent, no green. Bitch has been in yellow and red this whole fucking time. And I'm like, is this because I'm getting old? Like, is this what happens when you
No.
have one night going out
Oh
weeks
yes,
ago?
yes, yes,
It takes
yes.
2 weeks or longer for you to fucking get back to your like natural rhythm. And I'm like,
Facts, bro. Facts. No, that's facts. Yes, that's facts. That's what I'm definitely noticing. Like, it's the same with the stomach thing. Like, everything just takes longer to bounce back. Everything takes
yeah.
longer.
I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that because now it makes me question everything. Like, I'm like, do I want to go out? Do I want to eat this? Do I want to do that? I'm like, actually, no.
But the thing
I
is,
don't.
I actually think that's what the wisdom is. It is. Hello, can I speak? That's what the wisdom is within it. Like it's like being more mindful about the things that you do because you're more aware of the toll it takes on you, which is like very cute, very woo woo, very like monk like, but also
I
like,
like
damn,
that.
bitch,
But I just want to
can I
live. You feel
live?
me? Can
Can
I
I
live? Just be
live?
free.
Like, damn. Yo, yeah. But yeah, so today, what we are doing for our podcast is we're gonna bring up some of our concerns or problems or fears or whatever it is, and we're gonna offer each other creative solutions and a space for it to be witnessed and for us to come back into the present moment with it because I think our fears and our concerns are so like future thinking and if it's sometimes it's just like a future worry that is coming from the now that you're projecting onto the future like oh for adults paying rent like that could be one of those or sometimes it's something that you've dealt with the past that you're projecting onto the future so like heartbreak is a great one. You've experienced heartbreak before, so you're projecting that into the future. And nothing is ever like when you're having these worries and these anxieties, we find that we're not actually in the present moment with them because when we are in the present moment, in this current moment, am I unsafe? No. In this current moment, is anything actually going wrong? Like, is there any fires to put out? Are there any problems? No. And I feel like, bringing our problems back to the present moment itself can kind of dissipate the problem, but also bringing it to someone to exist together with it in the present moment, we can offer creative solutions. We can bring some ease to each other's minds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, it'll just dissipate. It'll help the problem dissipate or the fear or the anxiety. And like we were talking about, like, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And just because there's shit going on in the world doesn't mean the stuff that happens in your life stops. Like, the shit in your life is not like my fault. The world is scary. Let me just relax. No, it don't
Yeah.
do that. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm hoping that this episode allows you guys to feel more empowered to look at your own problems or fears or worries or anxieties in a more creative way, in a more light way, bring some more levity to it. And maybe it also inspires you to seek support from your community, being like, yo, this is something on my mind. Can you help me workshop this real quick? Because sometimes that's helpful too. Do you want to present one of your problems, concerns, anxieties, etc.?
Yeah.
Huh. What?
Crazy. It literally said it like stopped recording for that 1 second that the AirPod slipped out of my ear and I'm back now. Am I
That's
back?
crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, you're back.
Okay. First fear is dying abruptly. Yeah. Like yeah. Just thinking like I'm on the train, the doors can open at any second, boom, flying out into the tracks. Being on a bus, the bus crashes, who knows? An airplane crashes. I don't know. Being in public settings and someone whipping out a motherfucking gun because they felt like they needed to and shoot up the place. Yeah.
First of all, okay. Excuse me. Let me take a deep breath. My God. But you said, well, since we're talking about it,
You asked.
okay.
You
No,
gave
fair,
me
fair, fair,
enough
fair, fair,
time
fair, fair.
to think about this, and
Fair.
I've had to think about it, and I was like, honestly, that would be tragic. Like, I'm only 26. You tell me somebody can just come and take my motherfucking life with me just living my life? I would hate that. I'd rather die
Yeah.
of like old age, because I'm a healthy bitch and I ain't gonna die of no diabetes. So I'd rather die of old age or a natural disaster. That sounds cool. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. All jokes aside, I think that is really fair. We're getting to the age where, like, whether we like it or not, we're gonna be presented with death a lot more. Because people around us are gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
People that we love and care about. And also, like, the state of the world makes that shit feel very
Yeah.
nearby. Very, very nearby. Um, Even to the point where our generation, most of us don't want to have kids because we don't think there's going to be a future in which that they can grow up in, or that they can grow up in and live like a quality life. So that's fair. I do want to like validate that and validate the fear. I think also like the whole like, oh, this the doors on this train could just open, or this bus can just, that's an intrusive thought. And intrusive thoughts, as obnoxious as they could be, and like they could feel like a nuisance for sure, they're helpful in the ways that your mind does that so that you can foresee, negative outcomes so you can plan for it. And it may feel like, oh, my mind is working against me. It's not. It's actually trying to be a friend, even though it feels like a foe. So I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe whenever having those thoughts, it could be helpful to be like, thank you for your help, but I'm safe. Thank you for looking out for me, but I'm safe. And just kind of reaffirming that you're safe, that in that moment those things didn't happen, so you are safe. I've been re-listening to The Alchemist, and there's one part where he's in the caravan and they're, trekking throughout the desert, and he's talking to one of the leaders of the caravan, and the leader is like, today is as good as any day to die. And they talk about death often within the book, and the whole idea is that every day is here to either be another day lived or to mark one's departure from this earth. And so, and that means that today is as good as any to die. You know what I mean? Like, because there's gonna be a present moment, there's gonna be a now where you leave from this earth, and whether that's in your old age or in the in between time, like, what what is it within us that makes us feel like there's a good or a bad time to go? You know what I mean? Like, and I get it. Like, it could be the argument of like, oh, I had so much life that I wanted to live. I didn't get to do all these things. There's things I wanted to still complete, but we don't know that life ends just because we depart from our body. Like, we don't know what's after
Mm-hmm.
this. Like, that'll be its own adventure. And so, like, as uncertain as that is, be embracing those things, like the fact that you don't know what happens, and maybe finding some delight in that, because it's the same way that you don't know what's going to happen in a single day, but you go through it anyways. You know what I mean? And it can
Mm-hmm.
bring with it like beautiful things. It can also bring heavy things, but you continue on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also, like, I think leaning into your beliefs, like your spiritual beliefs, can help. Like, do you believe that there's a presence within all things that binds us? Because if so, then that means you'll become of that energy. Like leaning into those beliefs, remembering that you don't know what happens, and finding a way to flip that in a way that can give you ease and calm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and remembering that today is as good as any to go. Because, like, it is. Like, it is. As
Yeah.
difficult as that is, like the hard truth can be helpful. The hard truth can bring some peace. Like, it's the coming to terms to that truth. And also realizing that there's a still quiet presence within you that's not concerned about whether you die or live. Like, there's a presence
That's true.
within you that is not, it's only concerned about how fully you're in this moment and how fully you live in this moment as long as you have it. The part of you that's concerned about dying is your ego, because your ego doesn't want to
Mm-hmm.
go. It believes that you are the body. But we
Yeah.
know that we're not. So that one was hard. That one was hard to work with because, like, I'm dealing with my own things about death and like trying to wrap my brain around it and stuff like that. And we are in a culture and in a society that doesn't like death
Yeah.
and is very afraid of it, and we don't talk about it and we don't deal with it. So that one was difficult.
I mean, but I think the feedback was like digestible and I think realistic because it's also just like I don't know. Yes, intrusive thoughts we all have. These are also, I think, concerns that we all have of just thinking
Hmm.
like I can be taken out by anything. We live in a society now where we constantly see all this terror, horror, and
Yeah.
death on social media. So it's constantly something that's like just lingering in life. But I
Right.
also think it's like the inevitable. I don't know. So like I feel like
Hmm.
having a fear that you have to kind of confront and admit that it can happen at any moment. but also the idea
Mhm.
that you have this one life or this one day now. This is better than like you thinking and dreaming of 5 years from now or what two
Mhm.
years or a month and now can feel like.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I agree. And also it could just help you to live this day more fully, knowing that, you know, one day you won't have it.
right.
Yeah. My concern, my problem is whether or not to flee,
Mm,
or to stay and fight. And I keep coming back to like this thing of like, is there honor in leaving? Is there honor in staying? Because
mm.
like if you could foresee what's gonna happen, or you really believe that you can, where's the honor in staying and knowing that tragedy is gonna come or suffering is gonna come? But then it's also like, where's the honor in leaving and leaving others to face the tragedy and whatnot? Just because you can, does that mean you should? So yeah, anyways, I that's my fear, that's my concern rather, or my problem, whether or not to go, to flee.
To flee or just stay?
Mhm.
I mean, I think that's a valid thing to be considering, especially with all the media we have around talking about what the actions we're seeing from this individual is leading us to, because history replays itself. So
Mhm.
we've seen this in the past, we see where it's heading. But I don't know, I wonder if reframing like the whole honor thing and having it be like you, like what is it that would benefit you? Where are you now? Are you in a place of being, I don't know, an activist and fighting in whatever that means to you and how you're capable of showing up?
Mhm.
Um, does fleeing mean protecting yourself from the state of the world that we potentially are heading into?
Mhm.
Um, I think is like probably like a more, I don't want to say proactive way of like setting it, but I think it's leads you to having more solutions instead of honorable. Because I feel like honorable, when hear the word honorable, it's like who's gonna approve of it type of
Mhm.
mentality. Like
Mhm.
who's gonna be like, yeah, like okay, you did good, like you stayed for us, like we're all here together, like yay,
Mhm.
or like yes, you stayed and now the world's better, or like you solved this problem, you know.
Mhm.
But that's also not a given. It's like we can do fights, we can, be activists in our own ways, but I don't think we necessarily have to stay. But that's my
Mhm.
bias right there. That's my bias. So I'll take
Yeah,
that tidbit out. But
that's fair. That's fair. I think like, uh, leaving could have its own like power, because then I could be like a safe haven for the people that are still here that are like, I need to get out, but I don't know how to. I don't know. But yeah, that's my whole thing. And it definitely is, because every time I look, I'm like, oh, this is not going well. I know a sinking ship when I see one, goddamn it. And I think
hmm
we all know this is a sinking ship. I don't know.
yeah. No, I think that relates to one of the fears I had put. It's like
Yeah.
no longer being in what felt like a free state. Because
Mm.
now it feels like there's so much more like rules, regulations, or like I don't want to call it fear. I just think it's animosity. Like this kind of like question of like, am I a target? Is someone looking at me this way? Am I being judged? Like, am I going to be targeted for looking this way or being this color? Like, if I have these pronouns in my bio, is someone going to send me a hate message? Is my account going to be banned because I have she, they? Am I no longer able to identify that aspect? And do I have to own just she? Like
Yeah.
all this turmoil, all this of like, what does one do? Or I don't know, do you need a government to feel free? Inherently, no. But again, we live in a world that's ruled by this like system and laws that we kind of have to not obey by, but we do live in a world, and that's the unfortunate
Mhm.
reality that we're in. So I've been trying to figure out that too, of like, how do I move? Who do I engage with? How do I engage? How do I identify? Like, do I still honor this?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's definitely in line with my do I stay or do I flee? I feel like those are saying the same thing. Like it's the conversation of, do I rebel
Mm,
and risk my safety, or do I survive? Do I like lean into self-preservation? And that, I think, can be a conversation of, where do you find honor in also. And when I'm talking about honor, I'm not talking about like external like good jobs. I'm talking about like, when I look at my own moral compass,
mm-hmm,
um is this honorable? When I'm relating it to my moral compass, like, does this feel like my truest truth? Does this feel like a cop out? Does this
mm-hmm,
feel like I'm being of service? Am I in my highest vibrational good? Am I in my highest alignment? Or am I just acting out of fear? That's what I mean. And I think that's the same thing that you're contemplating with those. Like, do
Yeah.
I own my fullest expression of self, even if that means putting myself in danger, as a form of rebellion, as a form of being like, I'm still here, whether you like it or not?
Hmm.
Or do I conform in a way to maintain my safety to get me to to the next moment? And honestly, I think questions like this, as much as we can offer each other solutions and stuff like that in our own thoughts, I think these are really, like you were saying, personal things. Like, I think we
Yeah.
do have to go inside and be like, so what is it gonna be? So what is it gonna be?
So what is it gonna be? What do you choose? Yeah, because it
Facts.
ain't no one gonna solve this one for us, at least with these two questions. Like we can give the
Facts.
feedback and everything, but I think it's definitely more of like our moral compass, like what aligns with us
Yeah.
and what feels true to us. And I don't
And
got an
maybe
answer right
that,
now. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe that's what makes it honorable, is the fact that we are doing what feels true to us.
Mm.
Maybe that's where the
Yeah.
honor comes from. Yeah, that's fucking hard, man. That's fucking hard, dude. I know. I don't like that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Also in alignment with that, my other one was trusting like divine plan. Okay. Like
Ooh,
I'm having a hard time approaching some of the things that are happening in a way that honors my spiritual self and my physical self, in a way that honors like the fact that this is real but also not. You know what I mean? Like trying not to spiritually bypass myself and the shit
okay.
that's happening. So like a part of me is like, I don't know why things happen the way they do. I'm not the one that writes it. I do also believe that there is a hand that writes all, that there is a divine plan. I just always have trouble realizing, or I have trouble recognizing when it's time for me to be like the loving awareness and when it's time for me to be in aligned action. And I think that translates into like me not realizing when I have the pen to co-write my life and when it is already written, and no matter what I do, I'm going to be put on a journey. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like trusting the divine plan, but also like when is it not just, oh, this is the divine plan? When is it, oh, I need to act now? I think
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wording this right.
No, I think you are. And I don't know, the immediate thing that's coming to me, I think it's that loving kindness and action, I think can coexist, depending
Mm-hmm.
on, I think, how like you're seeing it and how you feel about them. Because I think moving in action, you can be moving with loving kindness. That's how your
Yeah.
heart, that's the meta that you're offering the world and everybody you're coming across that may be on the opposite end of your beliefs and what you see the world to be, but still being in meta for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think I can't, I'm gonna word it how I remember it, but it's just that we have our own spiritual beliefs and we can believe all the good in that in life to come. And then sometimes when things that seem so bad and negative seem so out of that realm can kind of give us like that, like, what the fuck? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's unfortunately the fortunate that has to happen, I think, in life for us to be having one, these conversations, two, also this like pondering of like, how do we move in honor? How do we act? And how do we come together? How do we build that community? How do we sustain and lift each other up? Because if things were jolly good old sweet or utopia, parts of me being like cynical, I don't think we would be here. We would be trying to establish and fight against this. I don't know if that's helpful. But that's kind of like what came to me,
Mm-hmm.
if that made sense.
Are you saying like the reason that we have the lightness of like the of having these conversations and being intellectuals and whatnot is because we also have the darkness of the things that force us to like grow?
Pretty much. Because I feel like if you think about life on a personal level, at 9 times out of 10, all the hard stuff we've experienced, we can now say we got through that. We came out of
Mm-hmm.
that. We learned some sort of lesson. And I
Mm-hmm.
think even people who've experienced significant distraught, whether it's their country being taken over, whether it's harm or whatever it may be, they're able to tell a story from it and come out of it a lot stronger, have a lesson learned. Same for generations and collectives to come afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like that's probably where we're at now. Like for something to be abolished and overturned, it has to take something so significantly, insanely crazy, what we're seeing now, to
Mm-hmm.
happen, so that maybe what's to come afterwards is something
More beautiful.
more beautiful that we all been wanting or waiting for.
I agree. I think that is like in a way you telling me to trust in the divine plan. Yeah. Sometimes I do feel a little bit sad though when I think of how long this could end up being, like this fight and this dismantling, because that means that the seeds that are being planted by our generation may not be harvested.
Hmm.
And that's a little sad, like to know that we could probably be here for the fight, but not to see the results of it. A little sad.
Hmm.
A little sad.
It's a little sad, but I'm gonna trust that I'm taking care of my little seed and that it's gonna flourish, I guess, when it needs to.
Yeah.
And then whether I'm here to physically see it, know that maybe those that are here after me or to come are
Hmm.
at least able to say like, so and so did their part, or we did some sort of change, and here's
Yeah.
the outcome.
Yeah. Damn. These were mad heavy, bro. We didn't come here with any light shit. We said,
No,
yeah, so here's all our existential worries and crises. And
help, please.
help. Honestly, y'all, if y'all are listening to this and anything came to y'all mind, you could go ahead and type that below too, because maybe the reason we presented it like this was so you guys can also pitch in, and maybe that'll be the thing that's like aha, gives us an aha moment, a eureka moment. I don't know. Also, feel free to let us know your fears, anxieties, worries, concerns, because you're not alone in it. Clearly.
Mm. Yeah, clearly some of ours overlapped and are similar, so we're collectively kind of going through the same fears and worries. So, and I think, like you
Mhm.
said too in the very beginning, sharing it, letting know that there's someone else here to listen, at least maybe to give you a tidbit of feedback or some insight. I don't know, helped me a little bit. Now, when I hop on the bus, I ain't gonna be scared.
My thing is like the fear of like the someone coming in and pew pewing the place is really real. When we were watching I think it was Moana, when we were in the movie theater,
Hmm.
I kind of had that thought. I was like, damn. But then I was like, nope, nope, nope. No, 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 nope, nope. No. I don't want to. But
Yeah.
I will say one silver lining because I am that bitch. I have to do it every single time. I'm so sorry. I'm like but at least there's some positivity. I have to do it. But my silver lining, the thing that comes to my mind is that because the future feels so scary, I think this might be the thing that makes us present the most, you know?
Ooh.
Like we're a generation, I think all the generations, but especially us because of social media and stuff like that and because of like wanting to have this luxurious lifestyle and be this successful and be this millionaire and be the, we live very much under the pressures of that, like our generation. We can't look to the future the way we used to. Like, we can't. I mean, we could try to plan and we could try to do our best and whatever, but like it's actively changing in front of our eyes. And so we're
Literally.
realizing that we really, really fucking only have the present. And so maybe this will be the thing to really bring us to the present like no other. And I'm not saying that's, the best thing, but at least that is the silver lining. At least you'll be more present.
Hmm.
I hope that helps.
I think so, yeah. It's asking you to be mindful and be here and what's happening. Like literally be here and see what's unfolding and choosing
Mhm.
how to take action in this moment. Not for you in 5 years, not for you in 3 years, because we see everything's changing week by
Mhm.
week, day by day.
Facts. Day by
So it
motherfucking day. Right.
day by day. So
Yeah.
we really have to just be here as it's
Mhm.
unfolding.
Mhm. Facts. Oh, guys, I love you. I'm sending you guys this is me hugging you.
Oh.
I hope you guys find some light, man. Find some levity, some grounding moments. We're all going through it. We're all
Hmm.
going through some version of it. So, sending you
So
guys love.
just love and give everybody else some love and kindness. Just,
Facts, bro.
be like, yeah, we're all human in our own way, unfortunately, fortunately.
Also, like, if you could find moments to be someone's like third place or safe haven in a day, do that because I think we all need that right now too.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is all we have for you this episode. I know this one was a little heavier. So sorry. But we had it, we had given you all some light ones. So we was giving y'all some light ones. So,
Yeah, top. Boom, come in
yeah.
with this one. We'll see what's to come next week. But
Facts.
that
Facts.
depends on the world.
Hello. Remember, present moment, babe. We're figuring it out. Okay.
Warrior coming back. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
All right, guys. Catch y'all in the next one. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we're live, baby, every week on Fridays, 7 a.m. Spotify, YouTube. Yeah. Love you. Be safe on these
Love
streets.
you.
Bye.
Bye.